So what does it mean to be validated? And what does having our pain validated by another person do for us? When we feel validated, we feel seen and we feel heard. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Barr. I talk about faith, I talk about mental health, but through a biblical perspective. And this video, you're in store for a treat because I'm sharing with you some nuggets out of a Bible study I've been writing on Moses. And that full Bible study will be on my podcast platform, but you're gonna get some of that today. And I hope you enjoy what you hear and are blessed. Being heard when we need to be heard, especially when we're going through something painful, can bring our hearts healing and comfort. We actually see this take place when God hears the cries of his people who are enslaved in Egypt and decides to provide for them a plan of deliverance. Well, the plan is him walking it out, but yeah, he's gonna set them free. Let me take you into the book of Exodus, where we read about the elders of Israel hearing for the first time God's plan of deliverance for them out of enslavement in Egypt. So Exodus 4, verses 30 and 31 reads, Aaron spoke all the words that the Lord had spoken to Moses and did the signs in the sight of the people. And the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the people of Israel and that he had seen their affliction, they bowed their heads and worshiped. So Aaron is obediently following through with being a mouthpiece for Moses and telling the elders of Israel everything that Moses told him to share. And Moses did perform the signs that God directed him to do so. And this did encourage the elders to actually believe God sent Moses to them. Exodus 3, 16 and 17 reads, Go and gather the elders of Israel together and say to them, The Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, has appeared to me, saying, I have observed you and what has been done to you in Egypt. And I promise that I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt, to the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, a land flowing with milk and honey. This verse shares with us what the Lord told Moses via Aaron to say to the elders of Israel. Now I want to focus in on verse 31, which reads, And the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the people of Israel, and that he had seen their affliction, they bowed their heads and worshiped. What a beautiful response to God. When these elders heard that God had seen them in their misery and responded with sending Moses to help, they worshiped God. They are seen by God. God validates their misery, and he was letting them know through Aaron and Moses that he was answering their cries for help. God validated the pain and the misery of the Israelites who were enslaved in Egypt. Coming to a realization that God heard them and their cries for deliverance caused them to respond to God in worship and praise. What does it mean to be validated? And what does having our pain validated by somebody else do for us? When you feel validated, you feel seen, you feel heard. Your emotions are real, and so is your pain, and someone recognizes that. And this pulls us out of feeling alone and isolated in our pain because somebody has chosen to show us love and empathy. Quick plug here, if you want to hear more of what you're hearing in this video, check out the whole Bible study lesson that's on my podcast show. You can find information in the description notes of this video of how to find my podcast show, Brain Don't Fail Me podcast. The lesson is titled God Hears. It's going to be the 6th episode in season 6 on my podcast show. So I hope you go and enjoy it and are blessed. I really wanted to understand the benefits of feeling validated when we express to others our emotional turmoil and pain. And I found this article online written by Dr. Kristalyn Salters. You can find this article on verywellmind.com. I will put that link in the description notes of this video. This doctor shares with us some of the benefits of being validated. So here are the benefits that she shares. You are communicating acceptance. When you validate somebody's emotions, you are telling them that you are accepting them for who they are as you listen to what they express to you. And this shows that you care. This also strengthens relationships when you validate each other's emotions. You're showing them that you accept them and trust is being built. When you validate someone else's emotions, you are telling them that they are important to you. You are valuing them as an individual. Another benefit, it helps you better regulate your emotions. When you feel like you're being heard and understood, it lessens the intensity of your emotions. And research even suggests that offering people a listening ear and validating their emotions helps them to personally regulate their own emotions. It's important to note that you can understand another person's emotional response to their own pain without judgment on your part. But it's okay if you don't actually agree with how they're responding. So validating what another person feels doesn't always translate into agreeing with how they respond to what's happened to them. But it does mean that you choose to understand their emotions, to understand their feelings. So understanding that validating another person's emotions and listening to what they're going through helps them to not only feel loved, but it also helps them to regulate their emotions as they are heard and understood, can motivate us to learn how to be better listeners and more empathetic in our listening skills. And this is the fruit of loving these individuals with the love of the Lord.